Guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my channel. So this is the look that we're gonna do today. I am very excited. I'm gonna play with some old palettes, also some new, and of course you'll see some of my regulars in here. So this is the look that we're going for. Very purpley, very carnival-esque. So yeah, and of course this hair, this is a lace frontal wig. I did sew this down. This was actually the same one that you guys saw in my last tutorial. I just curled it. I used a 3/8 wand to curl it with, very small. So yeah, just the look we're going for. Before we get started, if you haven't already, please comment, like, subscribe, and then of course check it out. We're gonna jump straight into the tutorial. All right guys, so what I'm gonna start off first with is I'm gonna prime my eyes with the P. Louise Base Pro. This shade is, I believe, number 2, the Rumor. I'm gonna use my finger just to pat it all over my eyelid. And it doesn't really matter if you get some under your eye, because I will typically use that for concealer. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I got a new backdrop. It is rose gold, and I typically order them off of Amazon. So, you know, if you are starting your channel, or if you already have a channel and you are looking for some good backdrops, or if you're just looking for some really pretty sparkly curtains, anything like that, Amazon's always going to be the best place to go to. So I'll make sure that I'll link that for you guys. Right, so the palette of choice today is going to be the James Charles palette from Morphe. This palette came out a while ago, but it's still a favorite. In this palette, I'm gonna start off with this brown color, and I don't know what I did with the sheet, but we're just gonna wing with it. So I'm using the Morphe M35 brush. I'm just gonna start on my outer corners, and just using circular motions, I'm just gonna start blending that towards the inner corner. And you want to start off very light, because, you know, this base is going to intensify the shadows already, so you don't have to really go in there. And are you guys ready for holiday? I feel like this year has gone by extremely fast. I'm kind of ready for next year to hurry up and come, just because I've got so many things planned that I want to do. And, you know, this year has been like really crappy. So I'm hoping next year will just be a better year for everybody. Next, I'm gonna go in with this darker brown shade. You want to go just a little bit under where you put that other color. And with this, you can use back and forth windshield wiper motions. This purple shade, I'm gonna go into that. And this brush is the Morphe M562. It's one of my favorite brushes from them. So you're just putting that purple on the outer corner, really on the outer V. And then what's gonna be easy to do is just pick some of that color up, tap it off on the brush, and then when you get to the outer corner, just tap that color, because you want it to intensify. So you want to continuously do this until you get the perfect blend. I want to take this and I'm going to start working that color in right here. And then I am just going to blend that in. So I figured I'd talk about like my goals for 2020 and things that I want to do. Like, of course, I definitely want to grow my channel as much as possible. You know, I started YouTube many years ago, like 8 years ago, and you know, it's kind of hard to balance working in retail as a manager and trying to do YouTube, because it's like such a huge responsibility. And so, you know, I started my channel and then I stopped, but I just couldn't commit to it. So, you know, I got so much respect for the girls who stuck at it and, you know, look at where they are now. So right now I'm playing catch up, but, you know, I'm definitely not in competition with anyone, because makeup is such a huge market. Now, even though I stopped doing makeup online, I was doing makeup in real life, I'd say. So I was doing weddings and makeup for photographers, modeling agencies, stuff like that. And then I also was a prestige manager at Ulta for about 5 years. So I was still doing makeup. I just couldn't commit to doing it online. I'm gonna go in with the Amrezy palette, and I'm gonna use the shade Cupcake, and I'm gonna pop that right in the inner corners of the eye. And that is beautiful. It just gives this really pretty iridescent color. All right, so I'm gonna use the Maybelline Tattoo Studios, and this shade is deep brown. This product is very comparable to the Cabral from Benefit. And if you've used that before, I actually prefer the Cabral to the Anastasia pomade, because after a while, if you have oily skin, if you're not setting your brows with powder, they're not going to stay. They're gonna get very oily. So I like the Cabral because it's more matte. It's also a thicker consistency, but this is, again, very comparable if you don't want to spend $18 on a pomade. And I believe the Cabral is like $24. So for me, I like to run the product through the brow, and I prefer the brow to look very natural. So of course I'm gonna go under, clean this up, make sure everything is blended. So I'm gonna clean up my under eyes with the Hydrating Camel Concealer from e.l.f. It's gonna go and clean that up. And makeup is gonna always be trial and error. You'll find out just kind of what works for you. There's some trends that I don't do all the time. Like some people love to contour their nose and stuff. If it's needed, then do it, but it's not my everyday thing. So now I'm gonna take this concealer and I'm gonna blend it downward into the eyeshadow because we're gonna use that as a highlight. And it just really blends into the shadow very nicely. All right, so I'm going in, my fave. This is the Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. This shade is called Syracuse. Put that all over. And do you see like how smooth this foundation is? That's why I said I really, really love it. It's my favorite. The only thing is, I'm not gonna lie, it transfers. Even if you was to set it, just because of the oils that's in it, but it is just really, really gorgeous. So now I'm gonna take that same e.l.f. concealer, put it under the eye. On the chin. And then the forehead. This is a foundation stick from Juvias place, and I do use it to contour with, which I think is a contour stick too, contour foundation. If you see, I put it here, 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 because I am trying to get snatched, okay? But most importantly, I'm just trying to bring some warmth to my skin. And I like to make sure that those two are blended. And of course, I had some foundation left over on the brush. Now, when you're blending your contour, I do like to blend upward. You don't want any harsh lines. And cream is just, it looks so much more natural. And then just gonna go over that concealer. And these are some little rinky-dink sponges that I got from somewhere. It was like a pack of 50. All right, now I'm gonna set this. All right, guys. So I have my secret sauce. It is a concoction of a bunch of different loose setting powders, because each color was a little to something. So when all blended together, it gives me the perfect under eye highlight. So I am setting everywhere that I put that concealer. And don't worry, because we are going to go over that contour and set that as well. So this is one of my favorite bronzing powders. This is the MAC Studio Fix powder foundation, and this shade is called NC47. So I'm just buffing that into the skin, just right in the area where I put that cream contour. And you want to make sure you put it on the chin. And then next I'm going to do around the perimeter of the forehead. So now I'm gonna take my Japanese brush. I'm just gonna dust off that powder. And I actually like this concoction better than the Morphe that I was using because it was just starting to look a little dry. All right, guys, so now I'm gonna go in with my cult favorite, my holy grail, the Mr. Big Months mascara from Lancome. Now, if you have a mascara that you like, that you feel like I should try, because I'm just being partial to this one, like this is my favorite, let me know. Because I literally have tried them all. And I can tell you one mascara that just ain't all that is better than Sex mascara. One, it's not better than Sex. But two, it's just like very, very thick. I'm going to put my lashes on off camera and I'll be back. All right, so I am back. I opted for a more dramatic lash. So yeah, I'm gonna go in and I'm going to take, it's my favorite palette. I used it in my last tutorial. So I'm gonna take Tahiti. That's Tahiti? Yes, Tahiti from the Stacey Marie Carnival palette. I'm going to pick up that Morphe, what is this, M562 brush. And I'm going to put that Tahiti underneath. Just as a little bit of shadow. Just to have like a little pop of color under there. I'm gonna take my Morphe lip liner, and the shade is Sweet Tea. It's one of my favorites. Another holy grail. I'm gonna get y'all using this stuff because it is bond.com. And I'm just going to start lining the lips, but more lining and filling in too. I'm gonna do the top. Now from the top, make it drop. Not on this channel. All right, so I'm going to take the NYX Butter Gloss, and the shade is Madeline. This is beautiful, a beautiful, beautiful nude lip gloss. But it makes your lips feel so good, and the color is just really gorgeous. So next I'm gonna take the Juvias Place. This is the Saharan 2. It is their blush palette, and those colors are gorgeous. So I'm gonna take Sola, which is this color. It's calling out to me. I'm just gonna smile. Ooh. Very blushy. I'm gonna tone this down. That is much better. All right, so now for my highlight, I want to keep it kind of pinky. I'm gonna go in with the NARS. This is the loose orgasm blush illuminator. I'm gonna start placing it on the highest point on the cheekbones. It's really pretty. Oh yes, honey, come through. So you guys know my favorite places to put highlighter: top of the cheeks, the nose, chin, and the forehead. Because I feel like those are the places where the light will typically hit you. And then you just look really, really glowy. So what I'm gonna do now is just kind of pull these curls out a little bit. So I will be right back. So guys, this is the finished look. I just basically combed the curls out and, you know, threw some little earrings on, little sweater, and I am ready to go out on the town. But anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. Again, you guys don't know how much this means to me that you thug it out with me. I'm very appreciative. So as always, before you get going, please comment, like, subscribe, share this video with a friend, tell your coworkers. So yeah, this is it. Thank you for tuning in. And as always, I'll see you in my next tutorial. Bye.